Sorry about that, guys. Hi, everyone. So, I told you guys I'm going to do another video, and here it is. Okay, so, I'm going to be talking about something, I don't know if I talked about this previously, but if I have, I'm sorry about this. But I kind of want to, talk about something that I think is important to talk about. And before I begin, I want to say to everyone that Monday I acquired a kitten, and she's a devil. Her name is Elvira. I named her myself, and she's really cute. She does pose a problem, and I'm actually, I'm not going to do a video about it, but I'm just going to mention in this video. When it comes to you having a shrine and an animal, sometimes it's a really good idea to have your shrine as close to you as possible so you can prevent anything from happening. So for those people out there that are still juggling on how to prevent their baby from destroying things, maybe they'll give you an idea. But so the blog post, I don't know when it was done, I do know it just appeared on Facebook, was about offerings, libations like, oil and water and milk and wine and food and incense. Now, in the subject of incense, I burn 3 kinds of incense, and once again, if I've mentioned anything, if there's a repeat of anything I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm sorry. I burn stick, cone, and loose, or incense that you have to have a charcoal to burn. So I burn those 3 different kinds of incense. And I don't own this house. I pay money in rent to a landlord to be able to live here. And so, when I read posts on proper disposal of offerings and things like that, I'm always thinking that this is only for people that own their own home, have their own backyard, and all that type of stuff. And I actually, outside, I have a piece of stone that I use to pour my libations on from my bowl or from my cup, whatever. I have dug a trench before, but it seems to me that every time the grass gets mowed, it somehow gets buried. So I have to relocate it and re-dig it back up. But even though I'm really limited on the disposal aspect of my practice, I still feel that when I do create some type of trench, and I do use that for the disposal of offerings, that I am actually doing something that the God would be pleased with. Another thing that I have done, and I did this on Memorial Day, was I actually, my brother had started a fire in the the barbecue thing. And what I actually did was I actually poured water on the flames, not to burn them, not to douse it, but as an offering to Hestia, to bless the fire that's going to be cooking our food. So that's another way that I have managed to do something. But I think that blog posts like this are important because it helps people that are new to this particular branch of polytheism to understand how people do things. Now, if you live in an apartment or you're renting a home, you are severely limited on what you can and cannot do. You can't erect a big statue of Athena or Demeter and be able to practice your religion in privacy. Because if you happen to live in the Bible Belt, your neighbors might not take well to it. So that's another thing that I have found that I'm limited on doing. Anyways, I don't have a ton of money to spend on a big statue anyways. Another thing that I've discovered is that if you don't find a way to protect, like, say, your barley, you can end up throwing the entire thing out. And this is what happened with a incident. I think it was earlier this year, something like that. I had a bag of barley and I did not have it inside of a glass container or a metal container, and the mouse found it and ate my barley, and the whole thing was no good. So what I did earlier this month was I went out and I bought a, it's supposed to be a candy container, but it's made of glass and it's heavy as heck, so the mouse can't knock it over. And I put my barley in there, and then when it reaches a certain level, goes down a certain level, then I will add more to it. They're not pearl barley, but they're like these long ones. But they work. And what I end up doing is I end up taking the barley that I use and I put another container where my Hermes is at, and then when the new moon comes around, I'll be disposing of it. You know, I don't leave food offerings out for days. Number one, I've got a cat or a kitten. Two, I've got mice or a mouse, and I've got bugs that come out. This is the downside of living in an old house. You've got bugs that come out of like nowhere, and so I don't really feel comfortable leaving my offerings out there for 2 to 3 days. But if you do live in a home and you can do it, if you live in a home you own and you can do it, then definitely that's would be a good idea to have the trench and then have the gate little fence around it so that nobody steps into it. But yeah, so I hope that this has helped someone out. The 1st of next month, I'm actually going to be ordering myself a wooden table. What I did was I had my Hawaiian altar over there, but what ended up happening was every time I would burn incense or every time I would do anything that dealt with my spiritual practice, it would go everywhere, and I'm sorry, I didn't like that. So what I ended up doing was I ended up moving my altar with my little mini statues and my big ikati and all that type of stuff over there. And what I'm planning to do is get myself a wooden table, and I'm also going to get like shelves so I can put things like my vault and my barley thing up there. And have a lot more room. So I'll be sharing that when I get done with it. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys have a great remainder of your week. Tomorrow I am going to be getting a $25 Amazon.com gift card because I'll be ordering my Dionysus tomorrow, and he should arrive on the 5th. The 4th is a national holiday, so there won't be anything running. But he should be arriving on the 4th, and then on the 8th I will be finally ordering the last of my Olympians, and that will be Zeus, and I will have all of them that are many. So that'll be great, like when I move and I don't really have a lot of space, I can just take a couple of them out, take a couple of statues, little mini statues out, and put up something. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I will be around. Bye.